Hello. Hello, Masters. And this is again Teacher Anna, or Anna Responso Hundis, uh, your virtual reporter today. So, good day to all of you, especially to our professor in Values Education, Dr. Leonor Agpan. So, have good day, ma'am. So today we are going to talk about basic rights. So we are the group 4. Started with yours truly. Again, Anna Responso Hundis, LPT. And my group mates, Ms. Florife M. B. Melendres, LPT. Jovelyn O. Galedo, LPT. Jalen O. Gayas, LPT. And Marjolis Ann O. Ledesma, LPT. Today, we will be discussing about your basic rights. So, makinig po tayo kapwa Pilipino dahil tungkol po ito sa ating basic rights. So, bago ko po i-share sa inyo ang aking screen or my PowerPoint presentation, so let's try to think about this question. So, why do we need to know our basic rights? Bakit kaya? So always remember, human rights also guaranteed people the means necessary to satisfy their basic needs, such as food, housing, and education, so we can take full advantage of all opportunities. Finally, by guaranteeing life, liberty, equality, and security, human rights protect people against abuse by those who are powerful. So, kailangan po nating malaman ang ating basic rights para po hindi po tayo ma-abuse ng ibang tao and even the more powerful people. So, let me share to you my screen. So, this is the PowerPoint I have made for the first part of our topic, which is the basic rights. So let's go to the first part. Okay. Okay, so the first part of our lesson. So we have here the group 4 reporting basic rights. So the member of our group is yours truly, Mom Melendres, Mom Galeado, Mom Marjolis, and Mom Gaius. Okay, so let's get it on. Let's go to the next one. So, our source for this report is from the book of Mr. Lito Peñaflor et al. This is the Values Education, which is a legal and ethical perspective, which is the first edition in Tramuros, Manila, and copied by Unlimited Books 2017. So this is the part of lesson 5, which is basic rights. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 subtitles for this lesson. So A and B will be reported by yours truly. This is the right to due process and equal protection. C will be reported by Mom Melendres, which is the privacy of communication. The freedom of expression will be virtually reported by Mom Gaius, and religious freedom will be reported or virtually reported by Mom Ledesma, and right to information and the last one, golden rule, will be reported by Mom Gallardo. So let's try to know our rights. So you can also access this website, https www.officialgazette.com, to uh, know your rights, all about your rights. So you can copy paste this one or type it down in your web to know your rights as Filipinos. So let's go. Let's try to know about the basic rights. So the basic rights of the people as provided for under the Constitution are ought to be respected both by people in public and private sectors. So to know more about this one, uh, please try to visit the link that I have provided here to know more about basic rights, the Article 3 of the Bill of Rights. So this will also be connected or added to the last part of my report. So now let's go. Let's know more about basic rights. So the first right that we are going to discuss today is right to due process. So under Article 3 of Bill of Rights, this is no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of laws. So it means po, hindi po tayo basta-basta makukulong. Kailangan ng due process. If you are trying to blame or trying to imprison someone, kailangan dumaan sa tamang proseso. Now, let's go to our next slide. Yeah, so this is the due process of law. So, due process of law defined. So, ano pa talaga ang ibig sabihin ng due process? It is said to be universal in application to all persons without regard to any difference in race, color, or nationality. Artificial persons are covered by the protection but only insofar as their property is concerned. So, kahit anong kulay niyo po, kahit pa mahirap or mayaman, we are entitled to due process. Kahit pa brown, black, or white skin, we are entitled to due process. Or kung ano pa yung nationality natin. And then artificial persons or even robots, they also have or they are covered with the protection of due process. So we have here Smith Bell and Corporation versus Natividad for the Philippines 163. So si Smith Bell and Corporation was being being sued that they are not entitled to the operation here in the Philippines kasi their stockholders are all aliens. So it means their stockholders are not uh, situated or located or not a Filipino citizen and not an American citizen. So while they're operating here in the Philippines and their business or their corporation was registered in Cebu City, Philippines. So sabi ni Natividad, they are not entitled to any protection from the law and even due process. So, but the result here, it looks like Smith Bell and Corporation because this company or this corporation is registered here in the Philippines, even with alien stockholders, they still have the right to due process and even protection of the law. So that is the case. So now, always remember, kapwa Pilipino, that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process. Now, let's have equal protection. So ano po itong equal protection? So the Constitution provides that no person shall be denied the equal protection of laws. So it means po, kahit pa po mahirap ka, kahit mayaman, or kahit sa sa ibang bansa ka pinanganak and you have a Filipino parents, you still have or you are not denied by the equal protection of laws. So, kahit pa member ka ng LGBTQ, you are still equally protected with the law. Even if you are a woman or a man, you are still protected by the law. So, what does it mean? Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng equal protection? So, this means all persons without discrimination shall be protected by laws. Simply stated, this means equality before the law. So these are the protections. So even though you are in a lower part, or even though you are the poorest of the poor, and the other part or the other man is the elite people or the richest, the rich of the rich. So you still have equal protection. Now let's go to equality is not numerical. So, ang equality po ay hindi na susukat ng numero. They are not uh, numerical. So equality, however, in the constitutional sense, is not numerical or literal. Rather, it means that people who are similarly situated should be treated similarly under the law. So, kung doctor ka po, you have the rights of the doctors and the code of ethics of the doctors. So, your rights or the doctor's rights cannot be the rights of the teachers, and the teacher's rights are not applicable to doctors. So kung anong profession mo, you have your own rights. And even though teachers versus students, so teachers have their rights, and that is not equal to the rights of the students. So iba yung rights ni teachers, iba yung rights ni students. That is uh, that is what it means. Equality is not numerical. Like, pag binigyan mo ng 5 pesos yung isa, dapat bigyan mo ng 5 pesos lahat. It is not like that. It is treated similarly under the law, but they should be also similarly situated in the society. Now, let's go to our next slide. So this one. We are all equal, but we also need to have a similar situation in our society. So, sabi nila, hindi pantay-pantay ang tao dito sa Pilipinas. We don't have equal rights and even equal protection. But they doesn't understand it. And is because of this substantial classification. So thus equality is the constitutional context permits different treatment of people with different situations, provided there are substantial differences among them. So, yung constitution po natin, we have a different treatment of people. So, as I say a while ago po, yung rights ng doctors cannot be the rights of teachers. Yung rights ng teachers cannot be the rights of doctors. Yung rights ng teachers cannot be the rights of children or our learners. So we have, or different people have different rights. So hindi po lahat ng rights is applicable to all people. So meron pong ibang rights na it is just applicable to a group of people, like the group of teachers, the group of professional doctors, the group of professional lawyers, and we also have different code of ethics that we need to follow. Now, let's have the next one. So we have here purpose. So ano po ba ang purpose ng equal protection? Why why there is an equal protection, and what is the purpose of equal protection? So this answers that question. So the purpose of equal protection clause is to secure that every person within a state's jurisdiction against intentional and arbitrary discrimination, whether occasioned by the express terms of a statute or by its improper execution through the state's duly constituted authority. So, ito po yung equal protection. Lahat po tayo ay pinoprotektahan ng law. No one is above the law. If you have committed a crime, like you have killed someone, even though you are uh, a lawyer, even though you are a doctor, or even though you are a teacher, if you have committed crime or may napatay po kayo, with a due process, you will be imprisoned. Even if you have a profession or even you have a high status in society. So that is the equal protection. Iba din po ang equal protection na binibigay sa ating mga students. So, for our students, always remember, kapwa ko kaguro, na meron din po silang rights. So, uh, always remember that all of us have rights to due process and rights to equal protection. Uh, Dapat po hindi po natin apakan ang mga rights ng ibang tao. Kailangan malaman natin kung anong rights nila, malaman natin kung saan tayo lulugar, uh, in that way po, meron po tayong peace in our community, in our school, and even with our co-workers. So, we also have here the case of Garsha versus Executive Secretary 67677 SARE 750. So, dito po, kini-question po ni Garsha, o ni Sir Garsha, ang isang batas because there is a law that protect the consumers but doesn't protect the manufacturers, the big corporation, and even the uh, owners of oil. So, in this way po, kasi napasa na itong batas na to, there is really need to follow this law. Uh, so in this case po, nanalo po si Executive Secretary 677. So it means that in this law, the consumers are highly protected by this law, and while the manufacturers, the big corporations, and even oil corporations are not really protected by this law. So, meron po tayong kanya-kanyang law, but sometimes there are also uh, mm, what we call this one, there is an amendments and there are change of laws. So, we need to be familiar with it. So, it should have with due process and it should have with equal protection among the consumers, among the corporations, among the students, and among the teachers. So, uh, let us all know the basic rights. So, to sum it up po, uh, to this virtual report, we learned the right to due process and equal protection. So, this is again your virtual reporter, yours truly, Anna Responso Hundis. I hope you learn a lot from our lesson and uh, please try to read and watch the video after this discussion and then try to read the Bill of Rights, Article number 3 to know your rights. So, maraming salamat, kapwa Pilipino. You are so awesome. So, sana po may natutunan kayo sa virtual na report na ito. And I hope that you all know what is the right to due process and the equal protection right. So, magandang araw sa aking mga kapwa ka-masters and thank you so much, Dr. Lenore Ekpan, for having this virtual report. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Good night. And ito po si Ma'am Ana nagsasabing, ignorance of the law excuses no one.